Hi, welcome to our first AWS tutorial for this series. My name is Kenneth and I will be your instructor throughout this series. For a brief background of my work experience, I have 8 years of professional experience as a software engineer and have worked for several projects such as websites, mobile apps, banking app, and many others. There are other tutorials out there for AWS, but the main purpose of this tutorial is to help other developers, such as myself, understand AWS and leverages its feature. Before we go to the AWS topic, I want first to discuss the traditional server setup that was used before cloud computing service got popular. So, wait. If you have watched the movie The Social Network, or if you're not familiar, it is a movie that is a documentary on how Facebook started. So, in this movie, it uh, explains or it tells the story in detail how Mark Zuckerberg and his friends started Facebook. Based on the story, it started at his dorm. So let me put. So right now I'm doing an illustration so that you can easily understand my point, especially if you're not uh, familiar with the IT terms that I will be using. So based on the story, it started at his dorm. So let me draw a picture here of a room, and uh, it also mentioned that Mark Zuckerberg coded the Facebook. So he developed Facebook on his desktop at his dorm. Together with his friends, they uh, developed the Facebook. Now, let's say, let's go back to the scenario where Mark Zuckerberg finished developing his Facebook. Well, the next problem that they will have is how can they make this um, website available to the public and to the other users. Let's say we have other users here. So I'm not sure if this is what happened on this documentary, but this is usually the practice that was popular before cloud computing got popular. So the next problem is how do they make this publicly available? So right now the code is residing on his desktop. Well, to do that, we have a concept called uh, server. So this is a separate room. A server is similar to a computer, but but it specializes on running for 24/7, meaning you don't have to shut down a server for it to uh, or you can run it continuously without having any issue. But the main problem for a server, so let's say Mark Zuckerberg put his code on this server. So now, the other users can now access this server. They can now directly access the website using this server. So that was the practice before cloud computing became popular. But as I mentioned, the server needs to run for 24/7, meaning it is prone to overheating. So on this room, let's say they put a dedicated room here, they also need to put an air condition unit so that they can maintain a good temperature within this area. Then, um, as time goes by, let's say the server or the website that they developed became popular, there will be more user that access the server, meaning you need to have more computing power. You either have to increase the specs of the server, like adding more RAM, or you can add more server by purchasing another hardware. So when the user access this server, they can also access the other one so that the balance becomes distributed. Not So as you can see, the more users that you have, the more server you need to add for to cater their requests. So that this is one of the main issue of having a personal um, setup. Aside from that, you also need to probably add more air condition unit to make sure that the all of the servers in this room is well ventilated. And aside from that, you also have to add a person or a guard here that will make sure that the server is physically secured from other external threats such as burglar or other um, security problem. Mm, do you think this is the no, this is not the most likely as time goes by, you need to have a separate room for your server where this room is dedicated for your servers. If you have worked on a government that you still uses this setup, I think I saw a government facility that uses this setup. They have a server room, and on that server room, the machines here are being used to run their websites. And you still need to add a security guard. So with that, even with more users, you can now add more rooms for those users. But this doesn't stop here. What about a calamity, the potential calamity, let's say an earthquake at your area? So you need to have a disaster risk management. So you need to have a redundancy. So when this area got hit by a fire or an earthquake, you can have a plan or another area that you can use for your server like this one. So as you can see, it's quite hard to maintain, and you need to have the technical skill as well to manage your own server. You need to be familiar with with hardware and with networking. I will go to our uh, PowerPoint slide. Now, so there are four cons of using the traditional server setup. So number one, it is the high costs. So you have to invest on the hardware and the infrastructure. So as I saw shown you, you have to manage or purchase hardware to make this work. So meaning no hardware, no website. And it is also limited in scalability. What I mean by that is it is hard to scale quickly to meet the demand. Meaning more users means you had to purchase maybe another server or another room that will be the place where you put your servers. And the other con is to you need to continuously update the security. So this is not limited to the physical. Like I mentioned, you have to have your own security guard or personnel that will guard your premises. But you also need to make sure that the software that you're using is well updated. So for example, there's a vulnerability on a specific version of your software. You need to make sure that all of the servers that you have is updated so that to avoid the vulnerability. There is also a downtime risk, meaning as I mentioned before, not everyone can have this kind of setup, meaning to have this redundancy. You need to have a separate location, you need to purchase equipments, and you need to purchase a land that will set where you can set up your location, meaning not everyone is wealthy enough to have this kind of setup. So that's all for now for the traditional server setup. On the next tutorial, we will discuss about cloud computing and why choose AWS.